Hi, my name is Dakota. If you are like me, then you feel like you really have to be over energetic when you're with people. I don't know why I do this, but it's just like a natural thing. I feel like I have to overexert myself or like live up to some sort of expectation when I'm with a crowd of people. And this causes a lot of like anxiety for me sometimes. Growing up, I was basically teeter-tottering between being an eccentric and a hermit. So I still struggle with this. I don't know, I'm really weird. If I'm comfortable around you, then I'm gonna be bouncing off of the freaking walls. But otherwise, if I feel uncomfortable or a bit out of place, then I'm gonna be really reserved and keep to myself. And the problem is that I feel like I'm out of place most of the time. This is something that I've really had to work on. I've really been working on this, especially lately. I'm starting to understand, which I understood. I understand that it's all in my head. Only recently am I really understanding that. Like, it literally is just all in my head. I've been thinking about my sadhana, my spiritual practice, and I've been thinking about my introvert tendencies and how they've helped me in my path, on my spiritual path, how my introverted tendencies have actually helped me understand myself from a different perspective. The whole point of a spiritual practice is to be able to detach and look at yourself from a different perspective. Here are some spiritual practices that introverts do naturally. Now all we have to do is learn to switch the perspective. Spending time alone. Every introvert and yogi will find peace in their alone time. Energetically, society demands so much of us as individuals, and I think that isolation can be our only comfort zone sometimes. And ironically, but at the same time, it can be this like crushing pressure. I struggle with this still, where like being alone is my comfort zone, but at the same time, being lonely is like the root of my sadness. It's just one of those things, you know. It's just like the paradox of life. But I'm realizing that I'm actually just being comfortable with something that isn't healthy for me. Just like I'm addicted to a bad habit. I have these realizations, and I had my first intense epiphany, this lightning strike of epiphany when I was like 17. That I was just clicked. I don't have to be sad. That was it. That was the realization. I don't have to be sad. And this whole time, I'm just swimming around in my ocean of depression, and that was the answer I was looking for. I don't have to be sad. What am I doing? It sounds so dumb to say out loud, but it was so profound to me, and I still have these little glimpses, these little realizations that I don't have to be sad. What I'm doing, and what a lot of us are doing, what we are doing, is attaching ourselves to the negative thoughts. We're just clinging to these negative thoughts. I did this so bad. I clinged so bad that like I was uncomfortable in my own skin to the point where I was like I was judging. I couldn't even go out in public because I would just be like, pfft. I was so judgmental of everybody else, and it took me forever to realize that I was so judgmental because I was actually judging myself. I was actually being judgmental of myself, and through that, my reality reflected that. I had to judge other people because I judged myself so harshly, and by judging them, it reassured my behavior. It reassured that this is how reality is. These, look at these people are just, look at their life, But it was really just a way to say, look at your life. Look at your life. It was my higher self calling out to me and saying, pay attention, open your eyes. I was on Skype with Ram Dass, and I was kind of expressing my life. Oh, well, how can I exist in this world of suffering? And he said, that's all in your head. The suffering, it's all in your head. You can make boogeymen all you want in your head. But you are love, is what he said. You are love. All you have to do, the strangers in the streets and the people in your life, love them. Love them, and all the things you do, just radiate love. Radiate love. Let me just tell you, how many beautiful people that I probably missed out on meeting because I was just lost inside of myself, just like not even willing to give someone a chance. There's so many beautiful souls out in this world. Let me tell you right now, and you are one of them. So just break through that barrier, kick it wide open, kick that door wide open, and just love everybody, because by loving everybody, you are really loving yourself. Ram Dass said, suffering helps you understand who you are. So the happiness and the love and all the little warm fuzzies, those are all just as much a part of you as this darkness and the sadness and the spookiness that lurks in the depths of your mind. These are parts of you. This is who you are. We all have the capacity to do the things that we wouldn't like other people to do, and we all have the capacity to be the Buddha, to be, Mother Teresa, to be these saints. We have the capacity to be both, because we are both. So it's all about just shifting our perspective and not choosing to identify with the worst aspects of ourselves. The reason I think that we do identify with these parts, and why it is so easy to identify with the uglier parts of ourselves, is because look out into the world. Look out into the world. This is the way the world is a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. War, poverty, hunger, all these things are a reflection of our state of consciousness, where we are as a species. As soon as we start seeing life as a gift, we'll find presents all over the place. All these little realizations, these epiphanies will start happening to us. Like, I don't have to cling to this. When I feel sad, or when I feel happy, just like a movie. Like when a movie makes me feel happy, 1 second, then the next second I feel sad. That's not anything that's happening in my life, but these emotions are still being triggered. They're just passing by like clouds. They're just floating by. So I'm choosing to attach myself to them, but I can just let them float by, and I don't have to do that. I can attach myself to the happy one. And when something sad comes up, that's just a feeling. I feel bad that there is suffering in the world, but I also feel joy that there is love in the world. These are both me, but I want to live in this part of me more. It's way easier to become self-destructive. It's not even easier. You're gonna work hard no matter what in life. Being sad and depressed and just focusing your energy and attention on all these the ugly side of you, focusing your attention and your energy on the ugly side of you is just a waste of time. Redirect your attention. Focus on the beautiful parts of you. Focus on the flowers that are growing inside of you. Water them. Water the flowers inside of you. It's gonna be hard work. Loving yourself is hard work, but hating yourself is also hard work. Work hard on building yourself up, not tearing yourself down. Be your own buddy. That way when you're alone, you're never really alone. Self-discovery and deep introspection. I think these are common between people that are introverted. I feel like introverts have a very animated and active inner world. So it's really easy to get lost in the what if caves and get lost in all these scenarios in our heads, and to get lost in the ocean of, oh my God, what if this happens? It's all in your mind. Like I said, society demands so much from us, so it's almost impossible to have a healthy relationship with yourself when you look out into the world. What do you see when you look out into the world? When I look out, I see all of these unrealistic expectations and standards. The beauty standard is Photoshop. A lot of us have families to take care of, and we have to work 2 jobs just to make ends meet while on top of trying to raise kids. I mean, how can we have a healthy relationship with ourselves? How can we connect to something deep and beautiful and feel our connection to this earth and feel this connection to the universe? It's really hard, but I think we can do it, and I think that's what we are doing. That's what we're learning to do as a species right now. And I think because like the way that the world is, it's almost natural for us to fall into the negative rather than the positive. When we get lost in our heads, it's in a competitive way. It's in a way where we are comparing ourselves, not in a way where we are embracing ourselves, where we are embracing our individuality, but at the same time recognizing our similarities. It's all about realizing that it's all inside of us. So which part of us do we want to be? The loving side or the fearful side? I don't know. I was just thinking about this. I was thinking about how my introvert tendencies have led me to spiritual awakening, and Maybe some of you guys are also experiencing this. If you are, leave me a comment, because I'm really interested to explore how we can use things that are typically looked at as a negative and flip them to be a positive thing, because I think there is a yin yang to life. So there's always going to be a positive to every negative that we have. There's always an opportunity for growth. So leave me a comment and let me know how to turn a negative into a spiritual practice, into a positive thing that connects us to something deeper within ourselves. But if you guys want to support me, I have a clothing company where I have some mala beads. I just got some mala beads on my store, so you can go check those out. Stay happy, stay weird. I have some cool tie-dye hippie shirts there too that I think you'll be into. They're real far out, dude. So make sure to check those out. Make sure to click subscribe down there and reconnect with love. Boop, and express that out into the universe. Everything will be okay. I'm all of a sudden from Boston. See, that's what I mean when I say I'm really balancing between being an eccentric and a hermit. I could potentially just be insane. Oh.